So podcasts are a fantastic way to create content and share your knowledge, expertise and ideas with your ideal audience. But you want to sound professional, right? Of course you do. That's totally understandable. But speaking into a microphone sometimes can be a bit of a daunting exercise. Whether it is if you're reading a script or if you're just for the first time having a conversation with somebody. If you're talking into a microphone, then it might be something totally new to you. And I understand it's something that I had to get over a couple of years ago when I started my podcast. But if it is that you're starting out and you're thinking about how to remove some of those awkward ums, coughs, or missays of whatever it is that you're trying to say, then there is an easy way for you to amend that using a free software called Audacity. Now, because you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you've already got Audacity installed. But let's dive into the computer to have a little look about how we can actually remove some of those mistakes that you might have been making. So what you need to do first in Audacity is to have your audio on the screen, and you have to have identified the section of audio that you want to remove. Once you've done this, what we need to do is to select the selection icon, as you can see here. Then using this, move to the starting point of the audio that you want to replace, like this. Pressing play so you can understand where the audio is appearing, and then once you've pressed play, stop that, because otherwise it will just keep on playing the audio for you. Simply highlight the selection of audio that you'd like to remove or silence, and then we go to the next phase. Now, the first way of us being able to do this is to completely delete it. So simply clicking on the delete key will enable you to remove this from the audio recording.
Deleting a word on its own.
However, a little top tip that I've got for you, if you're removing this between words, then sometimes you can notice the cut. And if I press play here,
I think a little bit more tricky.
You see how that sounds a little bit weird. So if it is the case that we're deleting this in between words, what we'd need to do is we'd need to delete it as close to the beginning and the end of that word as possible. But then if we are right next to another word and it sounds a little bit dodgy, simply click, hold and drag back the selection tool just a little bit and use this fade out option to enable you to slowly fade the audio out. And then again, fading in will allow you to merge a new word in that sounds a little bit better.
A bit more tricky.
As if you just simply delete the word out completely. Now, it does take a little bit of practice, you actually doing that fade in and fade out. So do try it around, but try not to give yourself too much of a fade in or a fade out, because it does start to be a bit more noticeable. Now, another way of us removing some unwanted noise, let's say we coughed halfway through an episode, or your guest is moving about on a different track and you want to remove that slight distraction and that piece of noise from your episode. What we need to do is use the selection tool again, highlight the selection as we did before, and then simply click on this silence icon, which will allow you to silence that particular piece of audio.
And I think that's really important, don't you?
So as simple as that. Hopefully this video has helped you understand a little bit about how easy it is to edit within Audacity. It's an absolute fantastic program. If you want to learn more or have any questions, then by all means give me those below. I'd love a like and a subscribe if you're up for learning more about podcasting. And if you're keen to learn a bit more, then click on this playlist here, which will talk to you about podcasting itself. And if you want to know who I am, click here to learn a little bit about that.